So these lines here, so long, nay then, let the devil wear black, for I'll have a suit of sables. Oh heavens, died 2 months ago, and not forgotten yet. Huh. Then there's hope. A great man's memory may outlive his life 1/2 year. Okay. But by Our Lady, he must build churches then, or else shall he suffer not thinking on, with the hobby horse, whose epitaph is, the hobby horse is forgot. So your notes here, on page 19, the other page, it just explains that a little bit. It says, Hamlet is being bitterly ironic in this speech. He's basically saying, just think, after a whole 2 months, he still remembered, sure. He's being sarcastic, eh? Then a really great or famous man might still be remembered after 6 months, sure, provided he builds something to be remembered by, like churches, whilst he too will quickly be forgotten. Okay. Heart Boys then play the music that remember that often would start with like a mime show. So the dumb show enters a king and a queen. So this is mimed in silence very lovingly, the queen embracing him. She kneels and makes a show of protestation unto him. Protestation, in other words, declarations of love. He takes her up and declines his head upon her neck. He lays him down upon a bank of flowers. She, seeing him asleep, leaves him. Anon means soon. Comes in a fellow, takes off his crown, kisses it, and pours poison in the king's ear, and exits. The queen returns, finds the king dead, and makes passionate action. In other words, expressions of violent sorrow. The poisoner, with some 2 or 3 mutes, comes in again, seeming to lament with her. The dead body is carried away. The poisoner woos the queen with gifts. She seems loath and unwilling a while, but in the end accepts his love. The players go off. So it's like an introduction. They mime the action. So already I'm pretty sure Claudius and Gertrude, Claudius must be feeling quite uncomfortable. Maybe Gertrude as well. Okay. Ophelia, what means this, Lord? My Lord. Mary, indeed, this is mitching malako. This is lurking or skulking wrongdoing. That means mischief. Excuse me. Belike this show imports the argument of the play. It's a summary. It seems like this is a summary of the play. He says, we shall know by this fellow. The players cannot keep counsel. They'll tell all. Cannot keep a secret. Ophelia, will you tell us what this show meant? Or any show that you'll show him. Be not you, if you're not ashamed to show. Okay, so if you're not ashamed to reveal yourself, to be nude, eh? He'll not shame to tell you what it means. You are naught, you wicked, you are naught. I'll watch the play. For us and for our tragedy, here stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing patiently. So that's the prologue, who's like introducing the play. Is this a prologue or the posy of a ring? So posy of a ring is like a short little motto, a short little saying, which was usually like inscribed on the inside of a ring. Because it's very short. Just read, my lord, as woman's love. Ouch. Okay, is he directing that at Ophelia? Maybe at his mom as well. Enter the play king and his queen. Play king, full 30 times hath Phoebus quite gone round. Okay, so the play starts here. This section here is where he's declaring his love. Okay, and the player queen also, they declare their love for each other. Okay. So I just put a bracket around that whole section. Say the queen is protesting that she will never remarry. Okay, so you look at lines like, oh, confound, there is such love must needs be treason in my breast. If I love somebody else, it'll be like treason. In second husband, let me be accursed. Let me be cursed if I take a second husband. None wed the second but to kill the first. If I marry a second husband, it means I've killed the first one. See your notes here? It says, let no woman marry again unless she's killed her first husband. Ouch. Wormwood, wormwood, says Hamlet. It's like, leaves a bitter taste. Okay, so she protests her love. Play king, I do believe you think what now you speak. Okay, So they're just talking about the king then saying to the queen, yeah, I'm sure you mean that right now, but you'll change your mind as time goes on. Okay, that's what he's saying. The king is saying you can change over time. People change. And so that goes on. Play a queen, you can go through that yourself. Okay. All right, then it's kind of, the queen is really protesting a lot. She's arguing a lot that she'll never be disloyal and never sleep with another man or get married again. And so Hamlet then says, if she should break it now, okay, just after line 210, she should break that promise now. And then Gertrude says, Hamlet asks Gertrude, Madam, how do you like this play? The lady protests too much, methinks. Okay, that's a famous line. Okay, she's overstating her point. Okay, so sometimes when people overdo it, you become a bit suspicious. Oh, but she'll keep her word. What is he implying here? That Ophelia and his mother don't keep theirs, Have you heard the argument, says Claudius. The plot? Is there no offense in it? Is there nothing in it that is offensive? No, they do but jest. They're just acting. Poison in jest. They don't really poison. They're just acting. No offense in the world. What do you call the play? The Mouse Trap. Indeed. Mary, how? How come? Tropically. It's a figure of speech. Okay. This play is the image of a murder done in Vienna. Gonzaga is the Duke's name, his wife Baptista. You shall see anon, you'll see soon. Tis a knavish piece of work, but what about that? Your Majesty, and we that have free souls, we that are innocent people, he touches us not. We shouldn't be worried. We're innocent, hey? Let the gaulet jade wince. Let them, using a metaphor of horses here, let the horses that are ridden so much that they have sores, saddle sores. Let them wince. Let them react, okay, in pain. Our withers, our horses' backs are unwrung or unchafed. Okay, so our horses are not going to show pain. Okay, only the ones that are used a lot. Okay, this is Lucy. Then Hamlet can't help but start commenting on what's going on. This is one Lucianus, nephew of the king. Ophelia, you're as good as a chorus, my lord. You like commentating. I could interpret between you and your love if I could see the puppets, darling. So it's more sexual innuendos, yeah. He says, I could act as a go-between between you and the person that you're having sex with, if you like. Oh, you are keen, you are witty, my lord. You are witty. It would cost you a groaning. It would cost you having sex with me to take off my edge. Still better and worse. You're still witty, but more rude, and obscene. So you mistake, okay, you cheat your husbands. And he says to the actor, begin, murderer, Pox. Pox is like, damn it, leave thy damnable faces, stop pulling faces, you're overdoing it, and begin, come. The croaking raven doth bellow for revenge. Then the actor continues, and then Hamlet jumps in again. And when the actor pours the poison in the player king's ear, he poisons him in the garden for his estate, for his position. His name's Gonzaga. The story is extant. The story still exists and written in choice Italian. You should see anon. You'll see soon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzaga's wife. And at that point, obviously Claudius reacts and he gets up, and Ophelia says, the king rises. What? Frighted with false fire? You're scared of dummy bullets. Okay. Gertrude says to her husband, how are you, my lord? Polonius, give over the play. Give me some light. Turn on the lights. Away, everybody out. Lights, lights, lights. Obviously, this is the confirmation, isn't it, that Hamlet's been looking for. Everybody but Hamlet and Horatio depart in confusion. Okay, Hamlet, why? Let the stricken deer go weep. Let the wounded animal go and cry. The hart ungalled play. The male deer is a hart. Okay, uninjured play. For some must watch while some must sleep. So runs the world away. Would not this, sir, and a forest of feathers, a theatrical costume, okay, if the rest of my fortunes turn Turk with me, go back on me, with two provincial roses, those are like rosettes, on my raised shoe, on my slashed shoe. So in those days they used to wear like little rosettes on their shoes, Okay, get me a fellowship in a cry of players, sir, in a pack of players. All right, so see the notes below to explain that. Okay, it says here, feathers were much used on the stage in Shakespeare's day, as were rosettes made from cloth to cover the lacings of shoes and boots. With these props, he's saying, and my performance here, says Hamlet, wouldn't I get a partnership or a fellowship in a theatre company? Some theatre companies paid actors a share of the taking at the box office rather than a set wage. Horatio's rather dry response, half a share, suggests that Hamlet's performance wasn't that good. Okay, this is the one, your performance would earn you half a share. No, a whole one. For thou dost know, O Damon dear, my dearest friend, this realm dismantled was, this realm deprived was of Jove himself, and now reigns here a very, very pidjock, clown, fool. You might have rhymed, in other words, you would have rhymed with ass, eh? Okay, should have rhymed with ass. Oh, good Horatio, I'll take the ghost's word for £1,000. Did you see that? Did you perceive? Very well, my lord. Upon the talk of the poisoning, I did very well note him. And to Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, they've come to say that Hamlet's mother is called for him to go see her. Remember, that was what Polonius suggested one last meeting, and he'll hide and listen to the conversation to see if it can confirm finally the reason for Hamlet's craziness. Aha, come, some music, come, the record is for if the king doesn't like comedy, why then belike? He likes it not, parody indeed. Come, some music. Good, my lord, vouchsafe me the word for you, if you can have a word. So, a whole history. He's still overexcited, eh? The king, sir, yes, sir, what about him? In his retirement, in his withdrawal, has been very upset. With drink, sir. Remember the whole thing of Claudius being a bit of a party goer, maybe a bit of a drunkard, eh? No, my lord, he's angry with choler, with anger. He's upset with anger. Your wisdom should show itself more richer, more productive, to signify this to his doctor. For me to put him to his purgation, for me to cure him, would plunge him far more choler, my cure for him would make him even more angry. Good, my lord, put you the discourse into some frame. Can you put some control or order to what you're saying, and start not so wildly from our affair? Don't react so wildly to what I tell you. I'm tame, so pronounce. The queen, your mother, in most great afflictive spirit, hath sent to you. Okay, then he sort of plays a bit with Guildenstern here. Basically says, okay, I will go to my mother. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think then the only thing here is somebody comes in with a recorder, and then Hamlet says to Guildenstern, why don't you just play this musical instrument? And then Guildenstern says, I can't. He says, but you want to try and play me, you're playing me, you're trying to manipulate me very easily, so you should be able to play this musical instrument. And then Polonius comes in, and then also says that the queen has been calling for him. All right, and then he says, yes, I'll be there by and by. And then Hamlet's fourth soliloquy. Obviously, you need to go through more detail here. Eh? It is now the very witching time of night. Okay, witching time is like after midnight. Eh? When churchyards yawn, they open their graves, and hell itself breathes out contagion, breathes out diseases to this world. Now could I drink hot blood? Okay, what does he mean here? Eh? He's very emotional, isn't it? He's fired up. I can drink blood now. I'm ready to do it. And do such bitter business as the day would quake to look on. Soft, now let me go to my mother. Oh, heart, lose not thy nature. Okay, so he's basically saying, I mustn't lose my natural feelings for my mother. The feelings that a son has for his mother. I must be cruel, but I mustn't be violent. So basically said, let not ever the soul of Nero was a very cruel Roman emperor, enter this firm bosom, enter my heart. Let me be cruel, not unnatural. Okay, so I want to be harsh with my mother, but not unnatural. I don't want to be violent. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. Okay. My tongue and soul in this be hypocrites. In other words, what I say and what's actually in my heart and soul, what I actually feel, must be hypocrites. In other words, that they shouldn't agree. Okay, I'm going to say harsh things to her, but I don't really feel that in my heart. Okay, because she's my mother, and obviously I love her. How in my words somever she be shent, however through my words she is rebuked, I criticize her. To give them seals, never my soul consent. My soul must never agree to seal those harsh words. And in those days, you had a stamp of approval, isn't it, with the wax and the seal. So he says, I'm not going to give it the seal of approval. I'm just going to use harsh words, and that's it. Okay, we end there. Thank you.